One of the options you have on your blog is to choose what you want your front page to look like. It's your front landing page. I call it the landing page because that's the page that people land on when they type in your top level domain in their browser and come to visit your site. I'll show you examples of three common approaches. One is to use the post page as the front page. Now, just to review terminology a little bit, in your blog you can compose numerous pages and place them in your menu bar, for example. There's one special kind of page though, and that's your post page. That's the page that shows all of the posts or all of the articles that you've written on your blog. So as I scroll down here, you can see that all of my posts are showing up on that front page in your chronological order. Actually, that's reverse chronological order. The most recent one is at the top. Now, generally the posts that I write aren't super long. It does, though, take a little bit of time to scroll down everything. So that's a lot of material on the front page. So what some people do to give a better idea just at a glance of what you're blogging about is to include only summaries on that post page. Here's an example from Copyblogger of how that might work. So again, this is what their blog looks like. As I scroll down, you can see that they've got this just a summary of the entire post. They didn't write the entire post and include that on the front page, but on every post they've got a little click to continue button. As I scroll down, you can see a series of the articles that they've written. Down here they've even placed their posts in two different columns, but again you can see they've still got that click to continue button. This is an approach that lets the reader see just at a glance and a quick scroll, what is the topic of this blog? What's it really about? Now, a third approach is to make that landing page just one single page and not even use the post page at all. This site is called learningguitarnow.com. So when I type in Learning Guitar Now in my browser, it takes me to this page. And as you can see, it's content, it's not individual posts. But he's got his blog in his menu bar. So if I click on that, that brings up his blog. And this is where he's put his posts page. And again, he's chosen the option of using just excerpts, not posting the entire posts on that post page. So where do you go to adjust these settings that gives you the particular look that you want? Well, let's start back in the dashboard. If you want your posts to include just a summary on that post page, you can identify that in each individual post. So I'm going to go see all of my posts. I'll pull up and edit the most recent one. And this may vary a little bit by theme, but in this case, let me pull this over a little bit. That little icon there lets me insert a more tag. So if I decide, I'm going to scroll down and decide where I want that summary to stop. Let me make my view a little bit bigger. I decide I'm going to put my more tag right after that quotation that I have. So I'm going to click that and notice the little indicator there that has the more sign. As always, after you make a change, you click your update button, and I'll come back to my blog page and refresh it. And you can see now that my post shows just an excerpt, and I've got that little link to continue reading. Once the user clicks on that, they'll be taken to the post page. Again, they're leaving the front page, but they're taken to the post page that has the content of the individual post. And this is where they can go and read the full content of the article. Make sense? Now, if you wanted to create a page, a single page to be used as your landing page, you would simply come back to your admin page. Scroll over so you can see the sidebar. Back to your admin page. Under settings and reading, we're going to have some options. So right here, My default is my front page displays the latest posts. And again, that's my post page. If I want my front page to not be my post page, but a standard page, I'm going to toggle that bar, that option that says a static page. In my drop down, I can select which page I want to be my front page. So I might call this one, well, this isn't going to be appropriate in this case, but just for purposes of the example, the login welcome page. And I'm going to identify my post page as one other page. Now, usually what you would do is you would just write one empty page called blog, and you select blog in here after it shows up. But you have to create that page first, so it will show up here as a selection. I'm going to leave it blank for right now. By leaving that blank, what that means is my blog is not going to have a post page, which is one of the defining characteristics of a blog. In this case, it would be like any other standard just website that doesn't use that post page along with the RSS feed. Clear? So that's not a requirement. Just a couple of the other options on this page. The one that says blog pages show at most, and you select the number of posts. Again, that's your post page. How many posts do you want to appear on that? The syndication feed, this is your RSS feed. And you can decide how large you want that feed to be. If somebody subscribes to that today, they will see, if this is set at 10, they're going to see the most recent 10 items. And those are my posts that I've created. And down here, you have the option to create either a summary in that RSS feed or the full text. Generally, most people click summary just to make that feed manageable for the reader. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Changes just to show you what this is going to end up looking like. Okay, so this is showing me a conflict because of a membership, one of the functions in my membership feature. So I'm just going to change this, again, just for demonstration purposes, and make my landing page my contact page. So that's saved. If I go back, refresh my page. Nope, rather not refresh, but select home. I'll bring this over and center it a little bit better. You can see that my home page is now my contact page. And again, I call it my home page, my landing page, the basic, what the user sees at selectivesocialmedia.com. Now, of course, it doesn't make sense to use that page, use my contact page as that page. I want my content front and center when people come to that page. And you will too. Point being, you can create a welcome page. It might be an About Me page, or it might be, a description of what your site is about, just what you want your audience to do and what you want them to understand about your website when they first land on it. So in my case, I'm going to go back and adjust those settings to make my post page my front page. So hopefully that's clear. And again, we just did a quick review of how you can have your front page be a post page, like this one is. You can have your front page be a static page, like this one is, the Learning Guitar Now. And if you choose to use your post page as your front page, you can choose to either include only excerpts or summaries, such as these examples, or you can show the full length of your posts, like this. Hopefully that's helpful, and good luck with your blogs.